Done. Just added Ministry of Fear to my Criterion buys for this time around. So, you have a bunch of Criterions. I'm assuming they're either you're in the States and you more than likely got them there and they're at your house in your collection right now, or you're like me and you're waiting for them to come online. And either you've got everything you wanted this time around, or you're itching to get more. Or maybe you just want to get something else along those lines. Well, you're either going to thank me or hate me for this, because here's some Criterion-like movies that you can add to your collection and feel extremely proud about. Let's start off with the small ones, the ones that aren't going to cost you too much money. The Stalking Moon with Gregory Peck and Eve Marie Saint is an incredible film. We got Robert Forster in this one here, and I really don't want to give away too much about this film, but it is just an incredibly suspenseful movie in the guise of a Western. But mostly this kind of a simplistic little cover portrays what is actually an extremely great film. Next up, which one to do next? It's not Criterion, but it's very cool, and it's Waves of Lust by Ruggero Deodato. Now, this is if you've seen Knife in the Water by Polanski, this is Deodato's take version, whatever you want to call it, of Knife in the Water. I had a lot of fun with this movie, and the husband, bad guy in this one, he's really bad. A while back I did my rewatchability Arrow release, and I kind of lifted this one off. This is Arrow Video doesn't only do cult films, they also do some classic foreign films as well. And this set is, for me, their absolute best Arrow Films world release that they ever released. That's the Claude Chabrol collection. Chabrol is known basically as the French Hitchcock. So when you're watching his films, you kind of know the type of thing you're going to get. There's detective, suspense, murder, mystery, and even some classic stuff. Like the last one on here, surprisingly, is Madame Bouvet. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Anyway, it's got some great features. It is 8 movies, and it's an incredible set. This is Region 2, guys, so have free player to play this thing. Next up is one that I won online from Blu-ray Anonymous, and honestly, I think this movie right here is going to be a future Criterion release, and that is Mud. An amazing film with McConaughey and Reese Witherspoon, among others. It's a great cast, and it's a great film, and if anything that's modern day looks like it should get a release, Criterion, mark my words, if there's any way Criterion can get their hands on this and release it, this will be a future Criterion release. Maybe about some of those really cool Samuel Fuller films. You know, Naked Kiss, Shock Corridor, to name just, well, 2 of the best. But did you happen to grab this along the way from Sony? The Samuel Fuller collection. And incredible set. It has some introductions here by Martin Scorsese, Curtis Hanson, Tim Robbins, Wim Wenders, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 films on this set. There's some really great stuff, and I think my favorite here, I like Underworld USA, but I also really love the Crimson Kimono. But I could be honest, I kind of like them all. Some are more fuller, as you would expect them, than others, but this set belongs in any film fan's collection, especially if you're a fan of film noir. Speaking of Raro Video, Miss Poppy Nani will appreciate this, and probably has it actually. And Blu-ray Anonymous, yes, there is a Blu-ray version of this, and it's incredible. And that is the Fernando Di Leo Crime Collection. If you don't know who Fernando Di Leo is, pick up this set. If you do know who Fernando Di Leo is, pick up this set. If you've ever watched anything Tarantino, definitely pick up this set, especially if you like it, because this is pretty much one of Tarantino's greatest muses right here. And you'll find it why as soon as you watch a few of these movies. Caliber 9 is a great film. Got the Italian connection, of course, with Henry Silva and Woody Strode. We have the boss, again, Henry Silva, in a very rare starring role for him. And Rulers of the City with, of course, Jack Palance. Just a really, really good set. Really great features. And like many of the Criterions, it comes with the infamous, if I can ever get it out, book. And if you've been grabbing up some of the crime movies, the film noirs, maybe the John Pierre Melvilles, you owe it to yourself to have this in your collection. And yes, Logan Toxic, Blu-ray Anonymous, this and the second volume are both available in Blu-ray for pretty much the exact same price as the DVD. Sometimes you can actually find the Blu-ray edition for cheaper than the DVD edition. It's shown up in my area that way. There's 2 more. One is a British release, and I actually got this British release in Casablanca. And some of these movies did show up in Criterion. I think a couple of them were got one at a print or something like that. But if you know Criterion, then you probably know this company as well. It's BFI's, and it's the Jacques Tati collection. If you are a fan of well-made films, comedy, just great French films, then Jacques Tati is unique. He's different. Although he gets placed alongside of Chaplin, he's very different than Chaplin. It's his stance, his moves, his style. There's very much the slapstick, but it's the character works in a different way than Chaplin's The Tramp does. And of course, his character is Monsieur Roulette, I think. And last, but definitely not least, it's you're not going to believe this is an Anchor Bay release, but it's an incredible one. It's the Herzog Kinski collection, and I'm going to try and pronounce the names of a couple of these films. I may get them wrong. Aguirre, The Wrath of God, Nosferatu, Phantom of the Night, Wozzeck, Fitzcarraldo, Cobra Verde, and of course the infamous documentary about Kinski's and Herzog's relationship and the craziness that is Klaus Kinski. My Best Fiend, one of the great documentaries of all time. This is an incredible set. I mean, you are looking at an amazing set. Each come in slipcase, and of course, like many of the Criterions, there's the big booklet. I'm trying to kind of get full Maybe I'm just shutting it down. But there. If you've bought all the Criterions you wanted, and you're still jonesing for some quality films, there you go. There are some great films out there that have not yet reached and went out of print in the Criterion collection. So if you're finished buying your Criterions and you're thinking of some other stuff to buy, or maybe you want to buy something different for a film fan of yours with Christmas coming up, everything there is a great addition to any film fans collection. If they're modern day into modern stuff, I really strongly recommend this movie here, Mud. It is an extremely good movie. If they're at all Tarantino-ish fans, gangster fans, Melville fans, you're going to want to pick up this Guerrero Fernando de Leo box set. It's pretty readily available. If they like Fuller, this one's a bit more expensive. If you can find it for a decent price, go for it. But the Claude Chabrol collection, I think, is still fair. Not quite as pricey as some of the ones in this one here. If you like suspense films or westerns, give them The Stalking Moon, which is another great film. But all the ones here are could be great additions for anybody's collection. So hopefully I helped you break the bank a little bit there and get some films for yourself as well as some other film fans. And right now, since I just finished studying for my stats midterm, it's time for tea.